Okay, I did a little bit since the last video, but mostly I was sorting out my life and eating food. I'll show you what I've done in a second, once it finishes building. Oops. Right. So, this is where I'm up to. So the idea is we're going to be able to select things from here and then drop them into this side, or just click these, I guess. Yeah, and you can preview while this dialogue is open, which is cool. And I noticed something. If I can find a good example of like a really low bass drum or something. That one would do. So which one is that? Oh no, I don't think. This might be a good example. Oh, this one. That one. Which one's that? There we go, that's a good example. So, this is the sample one-shot preview, which is a different DSP to the one that plays back the block. So the block, I don't know if you can actually hear this on YouTube. I don't know if you can hear the difference. But that's the sample being played back as a block. And this is the one being played back as a sample. And it's like lower bit rate or something. It sounds wrong. So I just noticed that. So I just want to see if I can figure out what's happening there. Sorry. Okay. Right, I don't see any issue immediately. What's going on? I don't see any problem. The only difference between the block playback and the sample playback is this lambda that's being set up here. No, I don't see it just by looking at it. I might just check in an older version of blockhead whether that was a problem back in March. Let's try this one. It was. It's always been a problem. Okay. So it's not something that I've added recently. Okay, so what is the issue here? I'm gonna just have a stare at this loop. Or is it a problem in here? I don't think it would be. Because this is where, the block DSP would come through here as well. This one is a good test. No, it doesn't go through there. Oh, I didn't put a breakpoint. So if I put a breakpoint here, no, it doesn't. Because why? It uses one of these others. How does the block read from the sample? That's weird. Let's see. Somewhere in here. It's going to be some kind of thing. In here. It does it here. So this is how the block reads from the sample data. Okay, so it might be a problem here. Oh, I've got something in my eye. Ouch. Okay. I really need to leave the room. I have a cough. 1 second. I just realised I could just mute the microphone to do that. I don't have to leave the room. Okay. Let's check. I really don't know what would. Hold on, let's just check. If I change the sample rate to match the sample, then we get a memory allocation. Interesting. Ah, no, it's a memory free. Because this is happening This is weird. This should not be happening here. Interesting. Why is this happening? That's a cool bug. I mean, it's fine for memory to be freed in that instance because let's disable that temporarily. Yeah, that's when the stream has stopped, so it doesn't matter. But I will try and fix that anyway, because it's cool to eliminate those memory operations, and it's not necessary to deallocate that. Right. Oh, let's make a note. Memory free when sample rate is changed. What was I doing? Oh yeah. So I changed to 44,100. Now it sounds exactly the same. So it's only when the sample rate doesn't match up I get that bit crusher effect. I don't really know why that would be. Obviously, I'm traversing the sample data at a different rate, and so now we get 1. This is broken. Whoa. So what else is using this function? Just realized what the issue is. The sample exporter so sample export is going to be fucked up. I'm surprised nobody has reported that, but I guess it's quite a subtle issue. And the waveform rendering is slightly off. It's going to be slightly off. Okay, interesting. Basically, the problem is this. It should be the other way around. Maybe someone did report it and I just forgot. Export. So there you go. Anyone who's been exporting samples out of Blockhead for the last year or so, they were very slightly distorted, but you might not have noticed. So test again. Oops. There we go. That sounds correct now. Again, I don't know if you can even tell the difference on YouTube, but anyway, that's fixed now. Right. I'll fix that later. Fix sample data distortion. Distortion. Bug. Okay, where am I now? What am I doing? So this is the state of the dialog now. These three workspaces are these three workspaces here. These IDs don't match the actual workspace numbers down here. Because that's not how the IDs work. These workspace IDs are usually completely invisible to the user, and then these numbers down here are just numbers. They're not IDs. So that's why this 4, 5 doesn't match the 2, 3. Oh, they actually do show up. Workspace 4, workspace 5. There we go. That's because of a change that I made like an hour ago, actually. Anyway, I want to get rid of the save to file option and just have the export option in the context menu. Block context menu, this one. Save to file is not a thing. So instead of this, so just get rid of this one. And this is going to do something different. This is going to be deleted, whatever this is. Block exporter. Or the dialog is going to be deleted. Okay. Right. Block. Dialogs. Export dialog. Export. It's got to export item. QID. Yeah, get block ID. Like that. Export item. Hold on. So this one. Just delete. Okay, so every block type is going to have an export option now. But not all of them can be exported as an audio file. I mean, I guess I have it for Metablock. And receive. Okay. I'm not going to have it for a start block, because that doesn't even have a choke envelope. And I also won't have it for tempo block. Okay. Where is it? There it is. So what this does is opens the dialog. Then populates the browser on the left. That's all it does at the moment. I actually want to change this a little bit. This is just doing this at the moment. I think this is silly. I don't want to do this. Just do it like this instead. Okay, so it's going to open the dialog and then automatically move the item that you right-clicked on into the right-hand tree. but then you can obviously you still have the opportunity to edit it afterwards. Yes. Why don't I just use check marks instead of moving things from a left tree to a right tree? I don't know. I could just use check marks on the items. So you check the ones that you want to export and just have a one tree. If you think about that. So I have one item now that says export. So this should automatically like move this over to here when you open it. Or whichever block you clicked. Yeah, why don't I just have one tree? And you can just check off the ones that you want. Would that be better? If that's better, then why doesn't everyone do that? What is the point of this interface where you have two things, two panels, and you move items from one list into another? Because I've seen this interface a million times in software. That's why I do it this way. It's because it's something that people recognize, right? But why not just have check boxes on these items? I don't know. I should okay, first of all, let's just stop it from closing every time I click outside the dialog, because that's quite annoying. How do I do that? Is it like this? But then I can't modify the volume for some reason. Why is that? That's weird. Oh, so many questions. Oops. I can't interact with anything outside the dialogue. That's weird. Why does Godot work like that? That's more annoying than it just closing, I think. Okay. So I'm still thinking about whether it's better to just have one list with check boxes on the items. I don't know. I don't know if it's better. I don't know anything. I think this way is fine. I guess it's easier to like pass quickly, like quickly scan the things that you're exporting if you just have a dedicated tree that lists only the things that you're exporting. You don't have to like look down the items to see which ones are checked. Alright, I need to add this resize control thing and a search box so that you can filter the items. So let's work on that next. Okay. Search box and item resize. No, resize. Item size control. See how that looks. Oh, what the fuck? Wait. This needs to be size flags expand. Expand this thing like this? No? So it's this thing. What am I doing wrong? Is that okay? Okay, there we go. So this is the search box, and then this is the item control, which doesn't do anything yet except crash. So let's go here. Search box. And item size control. Project browser search box. down to here. Okay, now I go to here and set them up. And how do I set them up? No idea. So let's look at block browser. Item size. Here we go. Something like that. And this one. So on value changed. Export dialog. Project browser. Item size. Okay, so I'm going to create a config option for that later. Project browser, there we go. Good, good. Simple tree. Listing. Get export dialog. Listing. To do. And then the search box uses some kind of weird callback mechanism here. Set filtered text. This. Rebuild. Okay, so the search box is not going to do anything yet because I haven't implemented it. But the item size thing should work. Let's see if it does. All right. Okay. So the first time I opened it, it popped to the popped into a different size, but that's because I'm not initializing it yet. All right. So we're going to drag over to this list. It's feeling good so far. I also need to sort out the animations here. That could be really easy now, actually, right? Since I made that thing generic, so I might be able to just do that really quickly. Let's see. I just use this thing, right? Oh, I already have it here. Okay. So that's actually weird. I basically need to handle these. In the export dialog. That's okay. Not a big deal. The one-shots don't have any information in about where they were initiated from. So I'm just going to like send information back from the audio thread to the browsers and to the browser items and to the export dialog if it's visible currently. I guess that's what I'll do. So I just implement these. I say if not visible in tree. I don't really need to do this, but might as well. I mean, I don't need to check if it's visible, because if the one shot is not, if it's a one shot that was not initiated in the dialog, then it'll just do nothing. But let's see what we do here. What do we do? Yeah, we just do this. Cool. So on one shot finished. Import project browser one shot visuals. Like that. Okay, about it? Yes, good. Oh, this shouldn't be a block ID, should it? I also need to handle this then? Because this has both. So what's the problem here? Do you need the item ID project? Item ID like that. Okay, and then what does review do? Oh, this is already sorted. Okay. Great. And where is this handled? Is it in responder? Yes, it is. So I do the following. Cool. And that should, if I've done everything right, put the animations in the export dialog. Okay, it crashes. Ah, because I didn't set up the visual thing properly yet. Where do I do that? Here? Set up one shot visuals. Yeah, I don't have that. Oh yeah, I do. No. Oh, I'm in the wrong file. I'm in the wrong file. There we go. Project browser. This is going to be project item ID. Item ID. Now I need this. I don't need this at all actually. I can just do... Oh, well, that's the easiest way of doing it. So let's do the skit. Okay. Get visible control. Doesn't exist. Okay, I need some kind of map. How does this work? item to index. I can't find it. Block to index, sorry. Right. That's not going to work because I need a hash implementation. Or does the standard library just generate it? I think the standard library is kind of clever in that if everything inside a variant has a hash function defined, then it will generate a hash function for the variant. I think that's true. I guess we'll see. So how did I do this? I'm not sorting anything yet, but I will do that eventually. Rebuild. Let's do this like this. Slowly getting there. Okay. Turn it down. Okay, still... Oh, I didn't actually call that function right. It helps after you write a function to actually call it. Otherwise it doesn't do much. So set up one-shot visuals. Again, I keep forgetting to do that. Okay. Haha! Slight, oh. That's interesting. Does that happen with this as well? Oh, a bug. Okay, I'll have to investigate that. Let's make a note of that as well. Visual glitch. If browser items are resized while a one-shot animation is playing. That's cool. I guess those items are just the visuals are just never freed. Is that what's going on? Let me have a think. Item size. If the value changes, the item height changes. What does that do? Set item height rebuilds the entire list. Apparently. Why does it need to rebuild the entire list? Okay. Okay, so it rebuilds the entire list. And so what happens when that happens? So it rebuilds, and then this would get called on the next frame. It must be calling add one shot. Oh right, it's because it's calling this over and over again. Okay. Can I just fix it by just not doing that? Probably. That's probably a good enough fix. Let's see, let's have a little look. Oh, that fixes it perfectly. Wait, what? I don't understand that fix, but it's perfect. I was expecting it to actually be a little bit jank, but it actually looks fine. So I don't understand that fix. Apparently I don't need to add one-shot visual back. Right, because the one-shot is... It's not per control, it's per list item. No, it's not even per list item, it's per item ID. Okay, I think that makes sense to me then. So add one shot. Just don't do that. Okay. I'm happy with that. I guess I'll I think this is going to be 37. Where did it go? Huh? What? That was weird. Oh. What? What is happening? So that's done. That's done. That's done. Okay. Cool. Look at how fast it is. These list controls, before I refactored everything a few weeks ago, I was just really unhappy with them. And they were written in a really badly optimized way. But now they're like really fast. Shouldn't be any problems with them anymore. Alright, so we're getting there very slowly. Filtering isn't going to do anything yet. But I'm just going to make it work the same way. Same way this does. Yeah.